What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. It's Friday. I'm outside of the office just kicking back, lounging around here in my living room with my stripper pole, so that can really only mean one thing, right? It's time for another T3 watch rant. All right, so today I'm currently wearing my awesome Boulder Odyssey 500-meter automatic diver, just a very cool watch. But guys, listen up, okay? I learned something since starting this watch-based YouTube channel. Apparently, you're not allowed to talk about dive watches if you're not a scuba diver. That's right, every video I make referencing dive watches, I get numerous comments from supposed scuba divers telling me that I'm unqualified to talk about such watches. How do I know those people are actual scuba divers? They tell me in the comment section. It's 3:27 p.m. Let's get down to business. Here's the thing, okay? It's never like tier 1 Navy SEAL dudes that are commenting on my videos telling me I need to stop talking about dive watches. No, I have a feeling it's that dude that spent like a couple weekends snorkeling at a sandals resort and he's just trying to assert his dominance like via the comment section. I don't get it. Because I'm never really talking about diving, right? And I'm never actually talking about the watches being implemented in scuba scenarios. No, I'm often talking about the watches being worn in situations that I would find myself in, and sometimes that means swimming. Okay guys, sorry, I sometimes swim. But it doesn't stop there, okay? I get another group of divers commenting under those videos telling me that real divers don't even use dive watches anymore, they use dive computers. Okay, that very well may be the case, but the fact remains that there's like a subset of watches. There is a classification, if you will, of watches that are known as dive watches, okay? I didn't make that up. And then to take it one step further, whenever I make a video talking about pilot's watches, like maybe my Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot, I get another group of comments from people telling me that I'm not an aviator, so I shouldn't be talking about pilot's watches. I didn't invent the idea of a pilot's watch, okay? Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot. Pilot is in the name of the watch. I'm sorry. So divers, pilots, if you want to complain to me about the classification of these watches, that's fine. But I'm telling you right now, you're barking up the wrong tree. I had nothing to do with this. It's just crazy. I mean, scuba divers and pilots, people that spend their time way underwater and then way up in the sky, apparently they're both super insecure about their wristwatches. I had no idea. I'm sorry. I mean, using their logic, okay, unless you're in the NBA, you shouldn't be wearing basketball shoes. So take off those Jordans, take off those Chuck Taylors. I guess if you're not Chuck Taylor or Michael Jordan, you shouldn't be wearing those shoes in the first place. And unless you play polo, you better take off that Ralph Lauren. No polos for you. It's just silly, guys. And I don't mean to be like too serious, too deep in this video, but hear me out, okay? I think it really all boils down to significance, because like, what do humans need? Okay, humans need food, water, shelter, but I honestly think the main desire in life is to feel significant. And that's where I think this weird hyper-exclusivity superiority complex comes from. Like these people that are taking the time to list their credentials in a YouTube comment section so that they can be the authority, so that they can be the only people to speak on a topic. And maybe by them doing that, it helps their feeling of significance in some way, but what they don't realize is that that hyper-exclusivity, it's actually turning people away from the hobby. It's turning people away from the discussion. It's turning people away from the topic, and that's absolutely counterproductive, counterintuitive, and it goes against the whole point of YouTube, right? Like, I'm making this channel to share my enjoyment of watches and watch collecting with others. I'm not here to shut the door on people. If I didn't want people to share this enjoyment with me, if I didn't want people to share the love of watches with me, I wouldn't be taking the time to put content out here for you guys so that we can interact with each other. So yeah, I got kind of serious at the end there talking about human significance and everything, and that's probably a topic for a different channel. But the point I'm trying to drive home is that I'm sick and tired of people asserting their dominance with the intent of turning people away from a hobby. Like, this is a hobby that I think everybody should enjoy. I love watches. I love that you love watches. I want to share my content with you. I want you to share your content with me, and I think it's just a good time. We should have a good time. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Am I allowed to talk about dive watches? Do I have to fly a plane to wear the Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot? Leave me a comment. I don't know, maybe I'm totally inaccurate with all of this, but yeah, let me know. All right, guys, woo, Felt good to get that off my chest. I hope you enjoyed this little T3 watch rant on a beautiful Friday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday. I hope you go out, eat some good food, and you know what? Wear a dive watch if you wanna. And if this is your first time joining us here on the Time Teller channel, I wanna say welcome and thank you, and I wanna urge you to please consider clicking that subscribe button. It takes 1 second, and it seriously helps me out a ton. And while you're at it, go ahead and click that little bell icon so you do not miss an episode of the Time Teller. There is just so much more awesome content on the way, and you don't wanna miss it. I'm telling you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with other watch enthusiasts, other people that you think would enjoy this. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. Special thanks to Seiko Goodman for directing this watch rant. Cutie girl!